Hello everyone, welcome to TechBrick YouTube channel. I am Malik Arjun. In today's video, we are going to discuss about switch statements and also what are all the possible ways to make use of switch statements in Golang. Let's get started. Switch statements are generally used to replace if-else conditions. Let's think of a scenario. I want to build like a program to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So we'll try to implement it using switch statement. So we'll try to take some input like n1, comma n2 is equal to 30 comma 20, and we will also take some operation like those are the operations like addition, subtraction, so we will say it as operation, and we will simply name it as add for now. And like switch, so switch is something like switch keyword, and then we use expression, so this we will say it as like an operation in our example, and we will try to define the cases. Add, and we will try to simply print like sum of numbers, n1 plus n2, or some, let's say like sum is. Similarly, we will try to write like other cases as well. So let's say this as subtraction, and we will try to simply n1 minus n1, and subtraction is. Similarly, let's say like multiplication, and we will simply copy paste n1 into n2. Perfect. Now we will try to write a default case as well. So like let's say like a case mismatched. Okay, so if you see here, like only one of the condition will be executed at once. So for example, if I'm giving operation as add, so only this particular case will be executed. So remaining all will be like excluded. I mean, it will not execute in that particular instance or whatever the add instance. So similarly, if I'm giving sub or something like a sub or multi, so the respective code will be executed. So if I'm not like giving any of the operations, let's say like I'm passing empty, or like I'm not like passing whatever the cases which I have defined here, like in this case multi, sub, and add I have defined, right? So if I'm giving any other cases other than this, then default case will be executed, and it will simply print like case mismatched. Let's try it with some example. I mean, like by giving some inputs. So here we gave add, right? So let's try to run it. Go run main.go. So it is giving sum is 50. Perfect. Now what I will do, I will simply change it to multiplication. Okay, my bad, not here. I need to change it here. Multiplication. So yeah. The reason is because here I have specified multi and I am trying to give MUL. So that is the reason it is like giving case mismatched. So if I want to perform, so I have to give proper like case. So now, yeah, now it is performing like multiplication, it is giving. So here we understood the basic usage of like switch statement. If you see here, like we are declaring and initializing, and then we are like using that as an expression in the switch statement. So instead of like declaring and initializing explicitly outside, we can even use it like here itself, something like this. So using this also, we can like perform whatever the operation we were supposed to do. So let's try to run it and let's see whether it is working fine or not. Let's change it to add, and let's try to run the program. So it is working as expected. So this is like another way to use the switch statement. Like here, instead of declaring and initializing externally, I mean outside, we are like doing it here itself while specifying the expression. So this is the basic operations. Now we will try to understand like multiple case values. So we can also provide multiple case values in switch statement. So let's try to remove this, and we will try with some other example. So let's think like we have a number, mm, let's say like 2, and we will try to define some cases. Case 2 comma 3 comma 5, Simply let's print like prime numbers. Similarly, like case 4 comma 6 comma 8 comma 10, and we will simply like try to print like even numbers. One more case we'll try to write like 5 comma 7 comma 9. Simply we'll try to print like odd numbers. And here the reason why it's giving error is because I have not specified the expression, that's why. So, and also here if you see it is like a 5 and 5 I'm using twice, that's the reason. So instead of 5 we will simply say like let's say 1. This is like a just a general example to understand like how we can use like multiple values for cases for a single case. So let's say like default case. So now let me clear the screen. So now see like if you see like number I have declared and initialized and I'm using. So if I'm like giving 2 or 3 or 5, this particular statement will execute. So now I have given 2, right? So let's try. So it is printing prime number. If I change it to 5, let's see. Yeah, it is executing as expected. So here we can see like we can provide like multiple values for a single case in order to execute. So in all of these particular values of case, this particular line will be executed. Similarly here as well. So if I give input as like either 4, 6, 8 or 10, this particular line will be executed. And default case is again as usual, like if none of the cases are matching, then this particular statement will be printed. Even we can perform operation without specifying this expression as well. So let's try to remove this and we will see how we can perform. So let's like remove the case as well. I mean expression, sorry. So case number greater than 35 or like greater than or equal to 35, let's say, then we will simply say like that particular student passed. Similarly, case number less than 35 failed. And default, let's say like fmt.println default case. Okay, so like this also we can like here if you see like we are not specifying any expression but still we will be able to perform operations. So for example, if I simply try to run it, so I have given 35, I have given 5 obviously, which is like less than 35, so it is saying it has failed. Similarly, if I simply try to give 35 exact, now let's see what it gives. It is giving past perfect. So this particular line is executing. So if you see here, like we are declared and initialized and we are not specifying any expression, and here we are performing or like we are putting a condition. So and similarly if I simply try here number, so it will throw an error because whatever the type of expression we are giving, it should match with the cases. But here these are all the conditions which are going to give true or false, but not the integer as a return type. So this is going like number greater than or equal to 35. It will simply give output as true or false. So that is the reason we here we will not specify an expression, so that it will whatever like true or false it will check, and based on that one a particular like case will be executed. If you guys observe here, we are not providing any break statement like we used to provide in Python or like Java, because Go is going to handle by itself. Even if you don't provide break statement, it is going to execute one cases at a time. So now we will try to understand fall through, how to use a fall through in switch statement. Here we have added a fall through and we will try to print it, what it gives. Go run main.go. So it is giving passed and failed. So it is giving passed, this is fine because this case is met. By why it is giving failed, this is going to put us in confusion, right? But no worries guys, I will explain. So fall through like what it does is like whenever we are going to provide a fall through, so this particular case is met, so it came here, and this is the place where it met fall through. So whenever there is a fall through, then the next case it is not going to check the condition, it is going to ignore the condition, it will directly execute whatever the piece of code which is present in the next case. So that is the reason it is going to print failed. So that is how like it is printing like passed as well as failed both. So far, we have learned how to make use of switch statement in Golang, and also what is the use of fall through and how it works in case of switch statement. If you guys have any doubt, please comment it out. I would love to answer all of your queries. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and also hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thank you.